And we'll shift gears here. What is your position on taxpayer-funded abortions in Iowa? And I ask this because while it is very easy for Republicans to say they're pro-life, it also seems as easy for them to vote in favor of rubber stamping money after they get elected. Jeff?
Yeah, as I mentioned last week at Rock Valley, when I was at the Family Leadership Summit down in Des Moines, Bob Vanderplaat's organization this summer, and Tammy Kobza back there, I think she can vouch for me. I did sign that we should defund Planned Parenthood, right? So yeah, I am pro-life. I very much care about that issue. And yet, I know there's been some frustration here even just recently with the bill that was just, the budget that was just passed down in Des Moines. Some feeling that, why was this passed? It still funds Planned Parenthood in Iowa. Again, one of the challenges whenever you're in a legislative body is that there are going to be all sorts of competing demands, and as much as they maybe wanted to remove that and maybe tried, now one of the things that we should keep in mind is that the funding of abortion is not permitted, it's not allowed in Iowa. So even if we don't want to fund Planned Parenthood, which I would agree with, if it's in there, that doesn't mean that I'm going to vote against a total package where there's all sorts of other good things, like increase in tax credits for adoption services, veteran affairs, oversight on the Medicaid thing. There were lots of good things. And I know there were some representatives that voted against that, but most of the people that voted against it were Democrats, right? John Wills, Chuck Holes, Megan Jones, Dan Huseman, lots of representatives that are reflective of Northwestern Iowa values passed that budget, okay? It's part of legislating, part of making hard decisions.
I'm against any money, any taxpayer money going to any abortion or any business organization, whatever, in the abortion industry. John Quaker's here tonight. John was one of 7 conservatives over in the House who stood strong and voted to defund Planned Parenthood right up until that last vote. Right, it was that night, actually, on Friday night, and John stood strong. So I thank John for that and representing the values and what people care about in Sioux County. But that's a hot button issue, and that's one I know in 2017 is going to come up again, and we need somebody over that's going to lead and it's going to stand strong like John did.
Yes, I'm also very much against Planned Parenthood, and I would vote against funding Planned Parenthood. I don't think I could give up on those grounds at all. So I am totally against abortion. So I would not fund Planned Parenthood.